I do not play puzzle games. Do you know why? Because I am not the sharpest tool in the shed. I'm that rusty and dull wrench that you can find, and if you use it incorrectly, it probably just break. But we're talking about video games here, and if that's the case, I am the sharpest tool in the shed. In the matter of fact, I am the shed. Sounds stupid. At that time, I wanted to play a game with a rich story, and Outer Wilds sounds like it has that. And like I said, I don't play puzzle games that often, so I think me playing Outer Wilds would be a great experience. Before I dive in and talk about the game, I just want to let you guys know that I am not going to talk about the lore because there's a lot and it's quite complex. Last year when I was writing the script for this game, I didn't realize how little I knew about the game. Like little details, the numbers, the why happens, how it happened. So I had to do research again to fully understand the game. Watch videos about it, read like Reddit. I definitely learned more about the game and it was really cool. But I am not gonna talk about all of those right in this video. You know, I wrote the script, scrapped it, wrote another script for it. It was okay, but then I'll just stick to like talking about why I love it instead of just talking about the story. One thing I also want to mention that I've already made a video of me talking about Outer Wilds, but my laptop decided to just die on me because usually when it's charged, the other side, like the screen, weirdly while it's charging, it just crashes, and my hard drive just gave up. He's sick of my shit, so he just died. So yeah, this is my second time recording myself talking about Outer Wilds. I helped my brother to buy a PC, and now we have a PC. Yay! I can edit faster, unlike my other laptop. For this segment of the video, Outer Wilds, I'm just gonna raw dog it. I'm just gonna talk about whatever that comes out of my mind. No script, just the Toronto brain. Alright, so your main goal in this game is to just simply explore. You explore the solar system and investigate what happened to the extinct species that lived before your kind. The player, you are a Heartian. You're born on this Earth-like planet, so there's fauna, there's flora. This is where the tutorial takes place in the game. There's a little remote control ship you can fly around to mimic your real ship. And gadgets to help your exploration and investigation. If you keep exploring the planet, eventually you'll come across this zero gravity cave. And this is where the game teaches you how to fly with a spacesuit. There is a museum containing information about the history of your kind, stars, organisms from other planets nearby. Once you go up the museum, you'll reach the observatory, and this guy gives you the access code to launch your spaceship. This is where the fun starts, and controlling the ship was not easy. I know it did teach you how to fly it with a mini ship on Timber Hearth, but I often like crash into planets, or I think you're supposed to go to the moon first, but I think I just went on to the biggest planet, and I remember locking into a planet, but I think I was going way too fast, then I just crashed and died. Now that we are out of our planet, we can explore the solar system. This is the Outer Wilds solar system. As you can see, here's Timber Hearth, that's where we live. And we have a moon, and its name is the Atlar Rock. Welcome to Giant's Deep. Giant's Deep is similar to our real-life planet, Jupiter. It's pretty big and it's crazy weather. Giant's Deep has an ocean and 5 tiny little islands. I've seen what this planet looks like in the game trailers, but witnessing it all while playing the game was crazy. You just dive into this planet. I was expecting a surface, like solid surface, crust. No, I just flew right in this giant horrid tornadoes and I just landed splash on the ocean. There's this one cool thing about the planet is when the tornadoes start to approach the islands. The tornadoes are so strong that it carries the multiple islands up to the atmosphere. And for a couple seconds it stays up there. Then slowly it just starts coming down. I did not know that when I first arrived on this planet. So I was in my ship, in the middle of nowhere in the ocean. Out of nowhere, I look up and there's island just smashed down on me. Each celestial body has its own personality, and it makes exploring so much fun. But also, it's littered with mystery. Every planet has these abandoned buildings, skeletons, reading logs on the walls, technology. It makes the player curious, and this is how you progress the game. You gather information little by little until you finally piece it together and everything makes sense. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention this. The player is stuck in a 22-minute time loop. That is also another mystery that you need to solve yourself. As Outer Wilds wiki says, the Hourglass Twins are binary planets orbiting each other. I love the concept of these planets. At first, I thought I knew how it worked. So, the red other planet called Ember Twin, it looks like Arizona. And the other planet is just a ball of sand. When you arrive at these planets right after the time loop, for a couple minutes it just seems normal. But after a little bit later, you start to realize the Ash Twin is slowly filling up the Ember Twin with sand. I originally thought the sun's gravitational pull is the main reason why the Ash Twin sand goes to Ember. But I guess I'm wrong, because apparently it just so happened to do that, not because of the sun. I did mention that the time loop is 22 minutes. The fact that these planets could also literally be your clock, I think that's a cool design. Because as soon the Ember Twin is filled up with sand, coincidentally, that's when the time loop restarts. Let's not forget about our objective here. Let's not forget about our objective here. So inside Ember Twin, there's these cave systems, this huge canyon, and inside those caves are evidence, hints of the past, clues that you need to gather. if you remember, we're stuck in a time loop. So your time there is limited. If you stay down there for too long, you'll be suffocated with sand, or you can't escape the rooms. Sometimes you need a specific sand level in order to get to a room and get the evidence, or knowledge, I mean. I do find it a little bit annoying at times, because I keep getting stuck in there, I die, or I need to wait for a couple minutes just to jump a gap because I need the sand or something, or I do not need the sand falling down. That's one of the challenges in this game. It's like perfectly timing it, where to go, so you can access to the knowledge you want to gather. Out of all of the planets in this solar system, this one is the most confusing. This whole thing is a goddamn pocket dimension. Alright, so how do I even explain this planet? Alright, so on the surface, it looks like a bunch of twisted vines and could be like a tree or something. And in the middle is a portal. And once you enter, it looks a lot bigger than the outside. There's living creatures living in this planet. They're called anglerfish. These creatures are hostile, and if provoked, they will bite you down. Only when they hear your thrusters, either from your spacesuit or your ship. Let's go back to Timber Hearth for a second. When I was exploring that planet, I found a small, spiky, twisted vine seed or something. It looked like, exactly like dark bramble. The dark bramble itself seems like it's shooting its seeds to implant itself to another planet so it can grow and get bigger. You have this gadget where you can shoot a probe, and if you shoot that probe into that tiny seed, it will go somewhere else, like really far. This planet is just nuts. Like, I don't know where to go. It's confusing. You gotta learn how to navigate through this stupid, weird planet. If you go deeper in Dark Bramble, you'll come across fish eggs. Initially, I thought it was the core of Dark Bramble. However, I was wrong. Apparently, they are just anglerfish eggs. They kind of look like molecules, like clustered, bunched up together. The solution for not getting lost in this game is by using your signal scope. For example, if I'm in Dark Bramble right now, if I use my signal scope, I can hear someone playing a harmonica. There's this one spot in the planet that I want to talk about, but it's a major spoiler, so I'm gonna skip it. Sorry. If you don't think this planet is cool, then you suck. You're lame, get out of here. Let's address the giants deep in the room. Brittle Hollow's core is a fucking black hole. So Brittle Hollow is, like its name is brittle. The whole thing is collapsing. It looks like it's a giant igneous rock looking thing like you see on those kind of rocks you see in Iceland shores. On the surface, it doesn't look like there's anything on it, but it's more in the inside. You remember the theory of hollow Earth? It's basically like that. The buildings and I guess cities are inside the planet, and you can see the other side by just looking up or diagonal. But Toronto, how are they standing upside down and not being sucked by the black hole? Well, I've not mentioned their name. The extinct species are called nomise, and they have very advanced technology. They're just very smart. They're not even from this solar system. And one of the gadgets or materials they have is a gravity crystal. If you stand nearby it, acts as a gravity. You can stand on the wall, on the ground, on the ceiling. It works. And that's what they do for this planet. If you stay in the planet for some time, you'll find out that parts of it is collapsing and falling into the black hole. One of the reasons why this happens is because of its moon. The moon is called Hollow's Lantern. It's just a giant flaming ball, so when the volcanoes there erupt, it shoots out giant boulders, asteroid-sized rocks. Then it lands and crashes on Brittle Hollow, and that eventually makes Brittle Hollow weak. I also like to think that it's the black hole's fault for the planet being so weak. I mean, it's a black hole, you know how strong those are. I'm no Stephen Hawking, but those are very dangerous and nothing can escape it. Funny enough, if you accidentally fall into the black hole, you'll just teleport somewhere else. Somewhere like almost out of the solar system. I was surprised when that happened. Those things are supposed to kill you. But apparently the nomise, these very smart species, they have mastered deep space exploration and using black holes and white holes as for their main. It just helps them go somewhere else, go fast, like in a quick second. The amount of history that the nomise has cemented into the solar system is wild. Like, imagine figuring out that your whole solar system was conquered by intelligent life forms. It makes you wonder, why did they come here in the first place? What are they searching for, and why did they go extinct? Ooh. Too bad I'm not going to tell you. Fuck this comet. If you know, you know. The only good thing about this comet is when you get to do the icy slip and slide. I apologize for being all over the place because I am. Like, look at this. So this is my original script. I'm supposed to read all of this, me explaining the lore, but that's not fun. And if it's not fun for me, then why should I even do it? There's a lot of structures I've not talked about in this game. For example, like the probes, the ships, and the quantum entities, where it only stays there when there's a conscious mind is looking at it. While I was playing the game back then, jumping planet to planet, aimlessly flying into the deep space, it really made me recall my love for space. Science in general. Around in the middle of elementary days, like 3rd, 4th, 5th grade, somewhere there, when we had science classes for the first time, I was having fun. I thought it was very interesting. Maybe it could be just something like the food web, animals, but especially when it comes to space. If my teacher mentioned anything about the stars, the planets, I'm like focused. I want to listen to it because it is fascinating. The fact that we humans get to be out of our planet, landing on the moon, or just having pictures and like telescopes looking at other planets and stars, that itself is unfathomably incredible. I used to watch a lot of Vsauce.
Uranus has a diameter of more than 50,000 kilometers.
And it could be just a random video of his. I mean, his videos are always random, but in a very interesting way, a scientific way. Sometimes they're about space, sometimes not. I just love to indulge in those topics. Like as a kid, half of those I don't even know or understand what he's talking about, but I love them. What else other videos? I don't remember other YouTubers, but definitely a lot of those top 10 lists. Didn't know about space, spaghettification and terraforming. Some planets rain diamonds. Kepler, I forgot the numbers, but do you remember Kepler, the other second Earth? Never mind, it's Kepler, not Kepler. I also forgot to mention in elementary, every lunch, or not every lunch, but sometimes we go to the library, and my friends and I like always go to the Guinness World of Records. And every time I look into the book, I always stare in the space section because it looks so cool. What else? Voyager 1, containing pictures of humanity, music, speech. It's like thrown away from Earth.
I wish to extend greetings and friendly wishes to all who may encounter this Voyager and receive this message.
Enviar a todos los seres del universo un afectuoso mensaje de paz y felicidad.
Do you think there's aliens out there? I'm not talking about like microorganisms. I'm talking about like intelligent, conscious beings. Probably not. I mean, maybe yes. The universe is pretty big and they're probably so far away that we're not even able to find them, you know? Let's talk about stars for a second. I remember one night I really need to take a piss, and the bathroom was occupied, so I have to go out in the bathroom, the backyard I mean, take a piss on the dirt. It was very cold, but I noticed the stars looked more clear than usual. It was a cold winter night, and I've never seen stars this clear. Not clear as what you see on the countryside or in the middle of forests away from the city and urban areas, but it's just, I think it's my first time seeing stars this clear. Because in the Philippines, it's always so cloudy. Not always cloudy, but it rains a lot. There's a lot of clouds. The only light I see in the dark is lightning and thunder. If I'm amazed in that moment, imagine my reaction if I could see the Milky Way. I've never seen it before. And I believe that will be a very special moment. I don't really know what to talk about right now. But after finishing the game, what I can think of is that we try to find answers. And when we do find the answer, it's not what we expected. Some will feel happy, some will feel satisfied, and some might have regretted and wish they never found the answer. I don't know what's bigger, our observable universe or our mind itself. Outer Wilds told me to appreciate the world I'm living right now, the planet I'm standing on right now. Everything's so big, everything's so small. People are dying, people are happy, living beings are being born. The world is so complicated, complex. It's so beautiful.